Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from the heaven.
And the stars shall fall from heaven. There's no put on link in the group with like a fireball that come. Say something like that. Go ahead.
And the powers of the heaven shall be shaken. And then shall appear the signs of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven.
And they shall see the Son of Man coming in so-called UFOs, man. See?
With power and great glory.
With power and great glory. Yeah, hey, one thing we'll talk to Thursday, him say, some of you shall not taste the taste of death until you see the Son of Man coming back in in the clouds of heaven with great power and glory. Right. Go ahead.
And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to another.
Exactly, and he shall send his angels, which are his servants, the army of the Lord, to gather his elect. And that elect is of the nation of Israel only. A small chosen.
And so Isaiah 66 and 15 said, For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind.
Hey, the Lord is going to come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind. The whirlwind miss the chariots, man. See? And the fire, the ICBM missiles. Go ahead.
To render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire.
Yeah, because 2,000 years ago, the Edomites crucified our Lord. And then you have wicked Israelites trying to get rid of the names of Yahweh Shemeshach out of the earth. And the scripture as it is written, and for wickedness had polluted the land. See? So therefore the Lord's coming back with blood in them eye. Vengeance, yes brother. Vengeance and great fury. Go ahead, I'm here. Alright.
Verse 16. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh.
Hey, the Lord said plead all flesh by fire and his sword. A consult Revelation, the Lord tell you that a two-edged sword come out of their mouth. The laser beams also from the chariots gonna plead with all flesh, gonna zap you a lot of people to powder. Yeah, you're gonna zap people to powder. Go ahead.
And the slain of the Lord shall be many.
And the slain of the Lord shall be many. See, because everything that's found upon the sides of America is gonna be burned. Give me Malachi 4.
Malachi 4 in verse 1. For behold, day cometh that shall burn as an oven.
Hey, the Lord said that day cometh that shall burn as an oven. Burn. Go ahead.
And all the proud, yea, and all that the wickedness shall be stubble.
And all that the wickedness shall be stubble, meaning for burning. Same. Go ahead.
And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch.
That day shall come and shall burn them, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. So when those missiles hit the ground, everything is going to be torn up. Everything is going to be beaten to powder. Even the very roots under the soil are going to be torn up. So in other words, there won't be any more vegetation in America. Because all the roots there is going to be burned up. The lakes going to be dried up. All them skyscrapers, all them steel, everything is going to be melted to how intense those nuclear missiles going to be. That is the hellfire that the scriptures speak about. Intercontinental ballistic missile. And the place of destination to be hit is America. Mr. Babylon the Great. Go ahead.
This is Zechariah 14 and 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem.
And all the people that have fought against Jerusalem, chiefly Edom, the so-called white man. Secondly, more so-called Chinese. See? And thirdly, the wicked among our people. Because even you, Saban, is fighting against Jerusalem, man. Then the other nations follow on. Go ahead.
Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet.
So in other words, you stand up and then your flesh just disappear instantaneously off your bone. Go ahead.
And their eyes shall consume away in their oaths.
Go ahead.
And their tongue shall consume away in their mouth.
And that is intense heat from the nuclear missiles. That's what the scripture is speaking about. Intense heat. Go ahead. They finish? They finish? Say precept, bring it out.
2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 40. The great and mighty clouds shall be lifted up full of wrath, and the star that they may make all the earth afraid, and them that dwell therein, and they shall pour out every high and eminent place on horrible stars.
Exactly. Hey, first thing first, you can imagine being on the soil, yes brother, say, being on the soils of America when those missiles raining, not being delivered. You're gonna piss, you're gonna shit, you're gonna cry. And you're gonna use that small space of time to think a billion things per millisecond. Go ahead.
Fire and air and flying swords.
Fire and hail and flying swords. These are the flying swords, man. Missiles. The scripture speak about flying swords. Fire and hail and flying swords. Go ahead.
And many waters, that all fields may be full, and all rivers with abundance of great waters.
Go ahead.
And they shall break down the cities.
They shall break down the cities. And wasn't that just saying that everything is going to be thrown down? The Lord say, oh, when him come back, not one stone now going to be left upon another. Everything's going to be beaten to powder.
Shiva.
See, everything on the size of America is going to be beaten to powder when these missiles rain. Go ahead.
And walls, mountains, and hills.
Even mountains going to be flattened, torn up, torn the hell up. Go ahead.
Trees of the wood and grass of the meadows and their corn, all they shall go steadfastly unto Babylon.
And this is the location, place of destination to be delivered. They shall go steadfastly to where?
Babylon.
To Babylon. Where's a Babylon? America. Mr. Babylon the Great. And the word Babylon is from the Hebrew Babel, which means confusion. Now you tell me of another place on the earth now that is more confused than America. When a man can feel like say a woman to go cut off him dick and create something look like a vagina. That's confusion. When a man feel like he can sleep with an animal, that's confusion. And it's legalized, that's confusion. That's nastiness, is wickedness. Where women have the dominion over men, that's confusion. Freedom of religion, that's confusion. So America is Mr. Babylon.
That's right.
That place of confusion, that's where the scriptures say, oh, these missiles are going to go steadfast to where? To Babylon. Go ahead.
And make her afraid.
Go ahead.
they shall come to her and besiege her, the star and all wrath shall they pour out upon her. Then shall the dust and smoke go up unto the heaven, and all they that be about her shall bewail her.
Exactly. See? So people, the merchants that do business in America,
all night is loving the club. Be there.
This is Joel 2 and 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. That all the inhabitants of the land tremble.
Right now people should be trembling. All people should be in a state of fear. Because this is the trumpet of the Lord. Come on, go and start come out here with the Ramzan, come blow. Few people fear. See? And then again, you people are carnal, man. Carnal as hell. See? Young soldier, you good? Big up yourself, you know. Alright, brother. See? Go ahead.
For the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand.
Yeah, the day of the Lord cometh, it is night at hand. Go ahead.
A day of darkness and gloominess, a day of cloud and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountain.
Exactly, go ahead.
A great people and a strong,
And
there
this-
had not been ever like.
This is speaking of misses. This is not speaking about literal people. It is describing the nuclear missiles as people. Go ahead.
There had not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it.
Yeah, because after these missiles hit, then it's going to be the reign of Yahushua and his servants. And all these Esau technology and weaponry are going to be burnt up. So there won't be any more purpose or any reason for any more missiles to hit the earth. All kingdoms are going to be subjected to Israel. Go ahead.
Even to the years of many generations.
Even to the years of many generations. Daniel tells the kingdom not going to be left to any other people. So we're not going to need that. We're going to have the Lord with us. We're going to have spiritual power. We're not going to need bombs and guns and bullets and all them shit. See? See? We're going to be all in the spirit. Go ahead.
A fire devoured before them, and behind them a flame burning.
Right, it's a fire devoured before them. Why is a fire devoured before them? Because when the missiles fall, when it hit, it will cause a fire. And behind them is the fire that will propel the rocket to move it from one destination to another. So, in other words, from the silos, when them turn the key, press that knob, and the rocket shoot from the body, see? The fire are going to propel the rocket, like for example, from Russia, all the way to where?
To America.
To America. That is what the scriptures speak about. Go ahead.
The land is as the garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness.
Right, so the land is as the garden of Eden, meaning America beautiful.
Done.
Pretty. But when that missiles hit, behind them, they're going to look like a what? A desolate wilderness, man. Everything is thrown down. Everything beaten to powder. See? Go ahead.
Yea, and nothing shall escape them.
Saving the elect. Because when we just read Matthew 24 verse 29, they tell us the elect are going to do what? The angels are going to do what? Deliver is getting his elect from the what? And also I say, the Lord said, I'll bring the third part through the what?
Fire.
Through the fire. So saving the elect. So everything or everyone that is found on the sides of America, when those missiles hit, it's not going to be burned. I will not speak fairy tale, a real thing we are talking about. See, as I said, last month, President Putin said, if America ever think them bad and set up the missile silo in Europe, he might point all them nuclear missiles them to every city in America. See, it's a real life scenario we are dealing with. See, go ahead.
Isaiah 13 and verse 5. They come from a far country.
What come from a far country? The missiles. That's why I named intercontinental ballistic missiles. It was designed to shot to the outer atmosphere, propel itself to the target, the destination, and release the warheads within 25 minutes.